talking about this lady throwing hot, or was going to possibly throw hot water on you allegedly, and she was not doing that at all. The footage shows the proof. It's no way for you to twist and turn the footage. Y'all, now listen. I just came from the gym. Yes, this is me, Klarissica, here on Klarissica Says, where Klarissica says it all, and that is how I feel, y'all. And this link of Sonya Massey was sent to me. Now, due to the footage and the circumstances of the video, I would not be adding it to this video specifically. However, I may repost the footage to my channel directly in a separate video, and or add the link that I watched in the description below. I'm going to fill you in on the details of what happened to Sonya Massey. Okay? So, Sonya Massey calls the cops because she heard footsteps around her house. So she heard things and footsteps coming from outside, noise and footsteps coming from outside. So she decided to phone the cops. Okay? The cops arrive. They knock on the door. She says that she was in the middle of getting ready, but they knocked on the door. Probably was outside for a good 3 minutes or so, 3 to 5 minutes, if that. But she took a little while, not even 5, about 3 minutes, 1 to 3 minutes outside. They're knocking on the door. She comes to the door. They ask her what's going on, and she says that she heard noise, going around her house. And then he goes to ask, why did you take so long? She tells them, well, I was trying to put on some clothes and get prepared for you guys to, for me to come to the door. Okay. Maybe she didn't think they were going to get there that fast. Sometimes they don't come that fast. Maybe she was preparing herself, right? Y'all, the cops basically tell her that, we went around your house. We don't see anybody. You're good to go. At that point in time, it should have been, okay, ma'am, good night. You called for us to check your home as a wellness and safety check. You say you heard something. You thought somebody was out to get you. No one's out here. There's no one out here. You're safe. If you have any other issues, call us and we'll be back out here as soon as we can. Good night, ma'am. Instead, the cop, that body cam was recording. He had a body cam. One cop was in front of the door with Sonya. The other cop was near but not as close. But he goes and he's walking through the yard and notices that there was a SUV in the parkway. And so they ask her whose SUV it is. The man that was next to her asks her, well, who SUV it is. The man that was not too far goes and walks around the corner and looks and sees the SUV. He then calls in the numbers of the license plates so they can run the numbers. As this is happening, again, the man that's in front of her already told her that they checked the house, they checked the surrounding area. There's nobody there. They already established no one is there. The other man walks away to go look at the SUV. In the distance, in this video, you can see the other man talking to her. He basically convinces her to go inside to talk to him further, to identify herself. He keeps asking if she's okay. He keeps asking if, everything's all right. Now, she did say that she took her medicine, stuff like that, and she does seem to be a little bit off. However, I'm somebody that is very empathetic. I'm somebody that feels energy. And if you are around somebody, or if you are a person that has anxiety or is already on edge, mentioning that she may have a mental illness, mentioning that she's already may not feel safe, and first of all, she's already nervous at the fact that she thought that someone was probably coming trying to break into her home or trying to get her. She's a single woman. She's in her house. She's probably already nervous from a situation like that. Mind you, 2 other cops pop up. So it makes her more nervous. Like, just put yourself in perspective. Even then, even if she didn't have any mental illness, because I don't know if she does or does not have a mental illness. I do know that I could tell in this video that she was definitely nervous. From the first encounter with the guy that did not have a body cam on, for the one that actually unalived her, yeah, that one she was giving very nervous energy towards from the very first interaction between them two. So with that being said, that was the same one who convinced her to walk in the door. Maybe she turned around and walked in the door, because I don't hear any conversation regarding him being allowed to come in. I just hear her turning around and him following her, because again, we can hear what is being said by the other cop's camera. I do not remember hearing that at all. Any knowledge. All I know is that this man and her is walking through the door, and he's asking to see her identification. She goes and says, I have to look through my papers. The other man that was outside now walks in, like maybe a few seconds later, and see her on the couch looking through her papers, trying to find her identification. He's now asking her, you know, what's your name, da da da. As they're talking, the original 911 operator is on the line. That person is on the line is telling her, you know, that, you know, the cops are there. I'm good to go. Let's hang up. She tells them, no, wait 1 second. Now, while she's going through this paper, the cops notice, or the cop that does not have his body cam on, ends up unaliving her, notices that there's water, hot water on the stove. Right? She could have been cooking her some rice. She could have been making her some grits. She could have been making some oatmeal. She could have been making some noodles. She could be making some pasta. She could be making some macaroni and cheese. She could have been boiling some water for broccoli. Baby, she could have been boiling to make herself a soup. There's lots of reasons why she could have been boiling water. She could have been boiling water because the the area that she's in, the water is not clean. So you have to pre-boil your water so you can drink that water and put it on some cold ice to have a fresh cup of water. Who knows why she was boiling that water? But the cop that did not have a camera notices while she's going through these papers that the water was boiling. So she walks over to the stove. She tells the person on the phone, that's the 911 operator, to not hang up. He's like, why? The cops are there. Again, she does not feel safe. That's why. She can't say, I do not feel safe. But she's like, no, not yet. Just hold on 1 second, please. Just hold on 1 second. To the 911 operator. She goes to turn off the water. The cop tells her basically that he doesn't want to start a fire. A fire could turn off the water. So she goes to turn off the water. As she's going to turn off the water, she picks up the pot, most likely than not, to move it to another eye. She said, as she's picking up the pot, she notices that he moves back. And because he moves back, the one that does not have a camera and the one that ended up unaliving her, because that cop moves back, the other cop that actually does have a body cam also moves back. Okay? Why? Because they're on defense mode. Why? First of all, why are you guys on defense mode when she called y'all? Like, I'm really confused as to how the victim becomes the suspect. Like, I don't understand. The hero became the villain. Don't understand how that happened. I don't get it. But because, again, the one who unalived her saw her pick up the water after she was probably most likely than not moving it off of the hot eye, because just because you turn off the eye does not mean the water is going to stop boiling. And you told me, Mr. Sir, to go and to turn the water off, which means take my pot off the stove. Okay? The confusion. So now the deputy number 1 says take out the water. She goes in and picks the pot. He moves back. Deputy number 2, cop number 2 sees him move back, so he moves back. Now they're both on guard, right? All right. In the same sense of this happening, she's like, why you move back? And he's like, because I don't want to get hot water thrown at me. And she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. As a joke. So, I mean, you say something that's weird and crazy, I rebuke that name and see you just, heck no, I ain't about to do that to you. Like, what you think this was? You a whole cop. I rebuke that name of Jesus. Like, I understood 100% what she was saying. You sitting there talking about something crazy about me pouring some water on you, a whole cop, big ass cop. I rebuke the name of Jesus. No, sir. That's not going to happen. He goes and says, what did you say? I would shoot your face off. And she said, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. And it was as he was saying these comments, she said it again. It wasn't like it was a pause in between. What did you say? Then she says it again. She was like, I reckon with Jesus. And as she's saying it, he's saying, what did you just say? I will shoot you in the face. And she's like, I reckon with Jesus. Still continue on with her ha 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 moment. He didn't feel like it was a ha 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 moment. Because he then at that point reached out for his gun and tells her to drop the water. Drop the water. Drop the water. First of all, you just established that this was hot boiling water. Hot boiling water. Hot boiling water. Hot boiling water. So how in the world is she going to drop the hot boiling water? Drop it where? Just drop it. Drop it where? Drop it where? The floor, the counter, the table, the back of the eye. Where is she going to drop this water? So she sees him, as he's saying this, he's pulling out his weapon. So you want me to drop it? So you want me to just let it go? Put my hands up? Now my feet burn? Where am I dropping this water? Like, make it make sense. Confusion. Sis. Kings, queens, my guys. My other side of family. Y'all, my fair-skinned family. Make it make sense, yo. Make it make sense, my guy. Please. So then he's like, drop the water. So initially, if you see a weapon being drawn on you, the first thing you're going to do is duck. So she goes and duck with the pot. And as she's ducking with the pot, she then realizes, oh, wait, drop the water. So then she goes to stand back up, to put the water back down. And when she goes to put the bottle back down, he shoots her in the head. Not once, but twice. He fires shots. The guy that's recording pulls out his weapon, but he doesn't fire. The one that's close to her is the one that fires. The cop then that was close to her, that does not have body camera on, goes closely to see his damage that he has done. And he literally brushed it off like it was nothing. The cop that's behind him goes, it's like, oh my God, F you, oh my God. The other one's like, oh, you saw the water. First of all, you saw the water. I didn't want to get hot water thrown on me. He instantly goes to the most gaslighting, narcissistic response. You are in the wrong, but in your brain, you're going to sit there and twist the perception of what really happened to the person that's behind you, because he's really not in front of us. No, she was not throwing the water. And then he goes to say, you see the water? You see how close it is to me? Yeah, you see how close it is to me because you shot her down. The pot fell. And yeah, the water's now traveling to where you are. You sick human being. You sitting there talking about, you see how close the water is to me? What did you expect? The other one talking about, the other one's sick too. Talking about something, yeah, I see the water. No, duh. You ain't going, what do you mean you see the water? Where the water disappear to? The water's going to stay in the pot after the pot fell. The water's going to stay in the pot? No, the pot is on the floor. Turned over. She dropped it. She gone. And then the second one is like, dang, you know what? I'm gonna get the kid. The man that shot her is like, nah, you can get the kid if you want to, but that was a headshot. Like she a deer or something. Like he done went duck season hunting. It's duck season. What? And again, when the 911 operator was like, the cops are there, he said, the man on the phone said, are the cops there? She said, yes. He said, okay, then you should be fine. She said, no, wait. And, mind you, prior to when they were outside, when the cops first came and he asked her, you basically, what's the issue? She told them that she heard noises. She told them that she thought someone was out there, and that she called the cops for help, and that she just wanted some help. He said, all right, we checked everything. As I told y'all, her response to that guy, the one that ended up unaliving her, was, okay, thank you, sir. I love you. I love you. I love you, cuz. I love you, my fair-skinned family member. I love you. That's crazy. That's crazy. The same person who she claimed to quote-unquote love for coming to save to her rescue was the same one who shot her down. That's crazy. Then it's also the same one that's being so nonchalant, like nothing happened. Come to find out, that same deputy, that same cop, has been jumping around from job to job to job the last 2 years. 6 different positions within the system within the last 2 years. Which means there has been different situations that have happened. So you're just going from county, city, doing this crazy stuff. And everybody's allowing you to be crazy like this. Everybody allowing you to, because it's just justifiable reasons. Same way how if this case didn't get an uproar, it would have been stuck under the rug. Because y'all talking about this lady throwing was going to possibly throw hot water on you allegedly, and she was not doing that at all. The footage shows the proof. It's no way for you to twist and turn the footage. The footage is the truth. The craziness. And I genuinely believe from the time that a cop steps foot onto someone's property, their body cam should 100% be on. Before they step out of their vehicle, that body cam should be on. There should be a law and a rule made that cops cannot turn off their body cam. They cannot adjust their body cam. They have to keep that body cam on, and it has to be on upright in the proper position, or they're deducted, or they are penalized. There's repercussions. If that camera is not set, it's set in center, right where it needs to be, prior to them reaching the stop and prior to them reaching the house. There, the issue is being held, the situation is being held, the call to where they are being called to be of service, then there should be repercussions. Because there's no way this man's entering this person's house due to a call of them thinking that something is going wrong. That woman genuinely thought that someone out her house. Mind you, she stated that there was an SUV that was dropped off to her house, and she said that they dropped it off. And he said, who dropped the car off? She said they dropped the car off, which led the other cop to go and look at the SUV. So therefore, if I'm telling you somebody dropped my car, this car off, that's not my car. It's not my car. I don't know who car this is. There was somebody here. Okay? Now, I don't know who car it is. I didn't go into those details. I'm just getting this video. And I'm sure they're going to come out with who car it was and how that car goes and how the SUV got there. However, the point of the matter is, y'all was called here because I heard noises. So therefore, your body cam should have been on, because if there were noises out there, you need to also be held accountable for the footage that was going on, Mr. Deputy that unalived Sonya Massey. Now, the other issue that I have is the fact that this happens. Situations like this have happened. And we all know these people. Trayvon Martin. Let's just go ahead and read this list. There's so many people. Want to continue? I could just name so many. Matter of fact, I could just go through my YouTube videos. And see people that we talk about that happen. This happens more often. But see, the difference between this right here is crazy. This is a whole woman. A lot of situations that happen deal with men. But this happens to women all the time. This happens all the time where women go missing and don't know why. And a lot of times, it be these cops. I promise you, and they be sitting there, covering their traps and cleaning the slates clean and putting out false stories. And sometimes it's just mysteries unsolved. And it deals with cops. And it's sad and it's sick. It's sick. But in this case, specifically, this cop unalived someone for no reason. This cop unalived someone that actually called for assistance and help. This cop actually put the nail in the coffin as to why people do not trust cops nowadays, especially people of my complexion. Because we're not sure of what kind of cop we're going to get and what kind of cop is going to be in the right or wrong state of mental to be able to assist me. I make one wrong move or that they feel is wrong, or say one thing that they don't like or don't understand, and my whole life is now in jeopardy. That lady did not think that was going to be her last moments. Now, I have seen some comments that said that when she said, rebuke in the name of Jesus, that man couldn't take it. The demonic, evil, devilish spirit that he had could not take it. I feel like he was crazy. I feel like they need to take weekly evaluations. I feel like there should be some law against this type of stuff and these type of people. I feel like in a lot of cases, these same people will get suspended. But then we find out 3 years later, 2 years later, 4 years later, 5 years later, they're back working. 6 months later, back working in the same field. Is it not a problem? Let's segue into that conversation. Can we talk about that issue? Because I did mention about 2 people earlier regarding situations that dealt with either people or cops dealing around. Well, George Jr. was not a cop per se, but y'all know, hands down, there's a lot of situations that happen with cops and people being unalived in situations. Okay, for one reason or another, you find out that they're now back in service. They're now back under as a cop. How is that possible? How is that possible? How is that possible when you unalive somebody with no merit? How is that possible? Why? There should be a law for that too. There should be a law for that too. Now, what's going to happen to this deputy, to this person? He needs to go to jail. He killed that lady, cold-blooded. I don't care. He needs to go to jail. He needs to serve time. If someone could be driving, not paying attention, and accidentally hit someone and go to jail for life, because there's people that happens to people 51, 20 years to life, that can say things should happen to this cop. Yeah. Justice system, right? That would be justice. And there needs to be some implemented rules in place regarding entry of people's homes. I did not hear any tell that man to come in. It needs to be documented proof of, yes, sir, you can come in, or no, sir, I don't feel comfortable with you stepping foot in my home. I feel like it'd be best that I communicate outside. And once I say that, don't think any more of it. It shouldn't be what you have in your home. I shouldn't turn into a suspect. I'm a woman with 2 grown men that are not like my complexion, not my culture. Don't know about me from a can of paint. Even if you were my complexion, I don't know you from a can of paint. A lot of people there's been multiple situations where cops have RA'd people. SA'd people with no proof. It has happened. And this is a single woman, and she may not be physically single. Who knows if she has a partner, but at this moment she's a single woman in this house with nobody there. So no, sir, I don't feel comfortable with you being here in my home because I'm here myself, and I'm not saying that you have any bad intentions for me, but I just would prefer for us to be able to communicate outside. I feel more comfortable. But no, she says that now she's a suspect. First of all, when she first entered the door, you already thought that man already thought she was a suspect. He already had prejudged this woman from the first 2-3 sentences that she said out of her mouth. And that's sickening too. Because if your job is to protect and serve, you should be there to protect and serve. Now, I'm going to be covering the aftermath of all of this. I genuinely hope there are some much needed changes in the justice system regarding situations as such, because this is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. Then they told the dad, because the father is still alive, that, oh, your daughter was unalive because she tried to attempt to throw hot water on me. The dad did not believe it. Let's talk about it. The dad did not believe it. And this is how we're having this traction of energy, because it's like, this isn't making any sense. And because it didn't make any sense, they had to do further details and further investigation. And then this video was released. They did not automatically give this video to evidence. They didn't automatically report this and nothing. They reported that the lady was quote unquote crazy, trying to throw hot water on them. And this is what happened. He unalived her. They didn't tell you the real story. So not only did you lie on her, you slandered her freaking name, and she called you to hell. She said she loved you. Low-key, I hope she haunts her. I hope she haunts him. I hope. It's not funny, but all jokes aside, I hope he gets the karma that he deserves. I don't wish ill will onto anybody, but I do believe when you give in this world what you get. You get in this world what you give. And what goes around comes around. It may happen to you, it may happen to your great granddaughter, it may happen to your daughter, it may happen to your son, it may happen to your uncle, it may happen to your brother, it may happen to your sister. But energy circulates. And karma is a BITCH. And it's real. And so that man will get his karma one way or another. When you see people and you're like, oh my God, I don't understand why they're so unhappy. They got this, they got that, but they're still so unhappy. What you don't understand is it could have been people like that have left this energy on their family name, which is why the next generation could never be successful, happy, or get what they need to be in life because of the previous generation. Generational curses are real, good and bad. Don't think all curses are bad. They're not. But in this case, this is some bad juju. This is some bad energy. This is horrible. This is, oh my gosh, this is sickening. And I just feel so like, ugh. But you guys, like I said, I'm going to be covering this video. And it's crazy that you can't even feel safe for people that you are calling to be safe with. That is crazy. And this happened in Springfield, Illinois. Also, for those that want to know, there's some much needed change across the entire America, not just in Illinois, but across the entire America. But there's definitely something that needs to be investigated within the police department out there in Illinois. There are definitely some things that needs to be investigated within that department. For real. Like, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. That is sad. But yeah, y'all. Thank you for joining this video. Please make sure you subscribe, like, and share. I'm going to be doing updates on this video and this story and everything that's coming about it. And hopefully Sonya Massey and her family gets justice for this situation. I really pray and hope that they do. But with that being said, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all go. You have a wonderful rest of y'all evening. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay vigilant on your rights. Okay, and be careful out here in these streets. I'll see y'all later.